Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a truly incredible coin, the 1969 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies are worth big money, then this video is for you. Stick around because this particular penny could be worth up to $1.80 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, keep watching, and I'll show you how it's possible. Let's start by talking about the 1969 D penny itself. On the front, you've got the famous image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. But the real magic happens when we flip the coin over and look at the mint mark. The 1969 D is where things get interesting. Most of these pennies were struck normally, but a rare variety of this coin, due to a unique minting error, could be worth more than you ever imagined. So, what makes this penny so special? It's all about the double die error. Now, let's break it down. A double die error occurs when the coin die, used to strike the image on the penny, was misaligned during the minting process. This causes the letters and numbers on the coin to appear doubled. In the case of the 1969 D penny, you'll see the doubling most clearly on the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions, along with the date. The mint mark D might also appear doubled. Now you're probably wondering, what's this coin worth? In 2021, a 1969 D penny with the double die error sold for a jaw-dropping $1.8 million at auction. That's right, 1 cent for $1,800,000. That's a pretty good return on a coin that's only worth 1 penny at first glance. Now I know what you're thinking. How can I tell if my 1969 D penny is worth that much? Well, the good news is I'm about to show you how to check for the error and determine if you've got a rare, valuable coin on your hands. First, grab your magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You'll want to inspect the coin closely under good lighting. Look at the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. Are they showing signs of doubling? If so, you could be in luck. Check the mint mark. The D should show doubling if it's the error you're looking for. And don't forget to check the date. If it looks like there are two distinct impressions, then you've got yourself a rare find. So, what should you do if you think you've found one of these valuable pennies? Here's the key: do not clean your coin. Cleaning can ruin its value. Instead, take your coin to a reputable coin dealer or send it to a professional grading service. They will authenticate the error and grade the coin's condition, which is critical in determining its value. Remember, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its worth. Whether it's in mint state or has some wear and tear can make a big difference. While the $1.8 million sale was an extraordinary outlier, even a less-than-perfect 1969 D double-dyed penny can fetch thousands of dollars. On the lower end, you're looking at around $10,000 to $50,000 for one in decent condition. The market for rare coins is always changing, and finding one of these errors could mean big money for you. If you have a 1969 D penny, or any other old coins laying around, it might be time to take a closer look. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks on coin collecting. You never know, your next find could be worth a small fortune. 1973 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This seemingly ordinary penny could be worth millions of dollars. Welcome back to the channel, folks. If you're in your 30s to 70s and you've been hanging on to old coins for years, you're in for a treat. Today, we're talking about one of the most intriguing and valuable pennies that could be sitting in your coin jar right now, the 1973 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Now let's break it down. When you hear the term mint mark, you're probably familiar with seeing a small letter on the coin, usually near the date. For most of us, that mint mark tells you where the coin was struck: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But for the 1973 Lincoln penny, things are a bit different. This particular coin, the 1973 Lincoln penny, was struck without a mint mark. The thing is, a missing mint mark on a coin is extremely rare and valuable. In fact, coins like these can fetch prices that might make your jaw drop. Why is it worth so much, you ask? Well, back in the day, this penny wasn't thought to be anything special. But today, it's become a collector's dream. One of these rare 1973 no-mint mark pennies has been known to sell for up to $1.5 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million. Can you imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that's worth more than $1 million? It's the stuff of coin collector dreams. But how did this happen? Let's rewind for a second. In 1973, the Philadelphia Mint was supposed to strike millions of pennies with a D or S mint mark, indicating whether they were produced in Denver or San Francisco. But in a very rare mistake, some pennies were struck without a mint mark. While this error seemed insignificant back then, it has turned into a golden opportunity for collectors today. Imagine finding one of these rare 1973 pennies in your collection, your old change jar, or even in your pocket. The demand for these era coins is high, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. Now you might be wondering, what's the current market value? Well, while prices can vary depending on the condition of the coin, it's not uncommon to see these 1973 no-mint mark pennies selling for anywhere between thousands of dollars and, yes, you guessed it, millions of dollars. A coin in pristine condition, especially one with the right provenance, could sell for an eye-popping amount. So, how can you sell a coin like this for top dollar? First, you want to make sure your penny is authentic. Consider getting it graded by a reputable grading company, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These grading services will help determine the coin's condition, which significantly impacts its value. A high-grade 1973 no-mint mark penny, especially one that's been professionally authenticated and graded, can fetch a price that far exceeds what you'd expect from an average coin. So, if you've got one of these in your collection, now might be the time to act. Of course, it's important to remember that not every 1973 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. The condition of the coin matters a lot. So if you think you've got one, be sure to do your research and get it evaluated by an expert. Want to know if your old coins are worth a fortune? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment below if you think you might have a valuable coin in your collection. And as always, if you want more tips on how to find hidden treasures in your old coins, make sure you turn on the bell notifications. 1975 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, at first glance, this might look like just another old penny, but trust me, it could be worth millions. So, why is this coin so valuable? Let's dive into the details. In 1975, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies. However, one very specific 1975 penny with a D-Mint mark, indicating it was produced in Denver, has become the talk of collectors everywhere. This isn't your typical penny. A rare era coin, it's been known to fetch mind-boggling prices at auctions. In fact, a well-preserved, error-free 1975 D penny was recently sold for $1.9 million. You heard that right. $1.9 million for a penny that many people overlook in their spare change. So, what makes it worth so much? The key to the value of this coin lies in a rare double die obverse error. This means that the coin was struck more than once, causing a slight misalignment that resulted in a unique, double-printed look on Lincoln's portrait and the lettering around the rim. It's extremely difficult to spot unless you know what you're looking for, but when you find one, it could change your life. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare, valuable coins in your collection? Well, here are some quick tips to help you identify if your 1975 D penny could be worth millions. 1. Look closely at the mint mark. It should have a D under the date. This is crucial because a coin without a mint mark is not the rare one we're talking about. Examine the double die error. If the image of Lincoln or the text around the coin appears to have a faint second impression, that's the giveaway. The letters and numbers might appear to have a shadow or double outline. Check the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. Coins with minimal wear and tear have a higher market value. Now you might be wondering, how do I get my hands on one of these? Well, finding a 1975 D penny with a double die error is incredibly rare. Most collectors won't part with theirs for anything less than top dollar. But if you're lucky enough to find one in your change jar or in a box of old pennies you've been holding onto for years, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Imagine going through your old coins and coming across a penny that's worth over $1 million. It's a dream come true for many collectors, and you could be next. If you're looking to cash in on your old coins, make sure you get them properly evaluated by a professional. Many rare pennies, like the 1975D, are often sold at auctions or to specialized coin dealers who know the true value of what you have. Now I know what you're thinking. How do I sell my coins for big money? The first step is getting an expert appraisal. You don't want to undervalue your collection, so make sure you work with a trusted dealer who can help you understand the worth of your coins. So, there you have it. A 1975D mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny could be worth millions, $1.9 million to be exact. If you find one, you could be holding onto a small piece of history, and who knows? You might be the next coin millionaire. 1970 mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin worth $1.6 million? 1970 mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and the insane value it could have. Yep, you heard it right, $1.6 million. Stick with me, and let's explore how this rare penny could make you rich. Most of us have seen the 1976 penny, right? It's one of the most common coins in circulation. But here's the catch: not all 1976 pennies are created equal. Some are worth far more than their face value, and today, we're talking about one in particular, the 1976 mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth millions. Now, before you get too excited, let's break it down. You might be wondering, what makes this coin worth so much? The key is the D mint mark. This mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. But here's where things get interesting. While most of the 1976 pennies are worth just a penny, some rare ones have a major defect that makes them incredibly valuable. We're talking about a double die obverse error, where the die was misaligned during the minting process. This causes the image of Lincoln's profile, as well as the inscriptions, to be doubled, giving the coin a unique, almost ghostly look. These double die coins are so rare, only a handful are known to exist. And guess what? One of these rare pennies sold at auction for $1.6 million. That's right, $1.6 million for a single penny. Now you might be wondering, is my penny worth this much? Great question. The good news is, you could have one of these rare double die pennies sitting in your pocket right now and not even know it. To tell if your 1976 penny has the double die error, here's what you need to look for. Take a close look at the lettering on the coin, particularly around the word Liberty and the date. If you see a noticeable doubling or shadowing in the details, you might have a rare one on your hands. But it's not just the error that makes this coin valuable, its condition matters too. Coins that are in mint condition, or have minimal wear and tear, are going to fetch far more money. The closer to perfect it is, the more valuable it could be. Got a 1976 penny? Don't just toss it aside. If it's in good condition, or has the double die error, you could be holding on to a small fortune. If you think you might have a valuable coin, it's worth getting it graded by a professional. A certified grading service will assess its quality and rarity, and that can really impact its sale price. Now, let's talk about selling your rare coin. If you find that your 1976 penny has the double die error, and it's in excellent condition, the next step is to get it in front of the right buyers. Whether you choose to sell it at an auction, through an online marketplace, or to a professional coin dealer, make sure you're getting the best price. Some buyers specialize in rare coins and may be willing to pay top dollar for your treasure. So, what are you waiting for? Head to your coin jar, dig through your old pennies, and see if you have a gem worth millions. And if you find one, make sure you get it graded, because you could be sitting on a small fortune. 1986 No mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent. And this one could be worth a whopping $1.8 million. Now, before we dive into the value, let's take a closer look at what makes the 1986 No mint mark penny so unique. The 1986 penny, which looks like any ordinary 1 cent, doesn't have a mint mark. That's right, No D or S to indicate where it was minted. But why does that matter? Well, coins are usually marked with a mint mark to tell us where they were struck. D for Denver, S for San Francisco. The 1986 penny, however, was expected to be minted with a D, but due to a production error, it was struck without one. This error is incredibly rare, and this specific penny was only found in 2018. But that mistake led to one of the most shocking coin discoveries of the decade. In fact, this penny is no ordinary mistake. It's one of the most valuable pennies in existence. When this 1986 no mint mark penny was discovered, it was sold at auction for an astounding $1.8 million. Imagine having a coin worth that much. You could buy a house, a new car, and still have money left over. But this isn't the only one out there. While rare, this coin wasn't the only 1986 penny found without a mint mark, but it's the one that stood out because of its high grade and excellent condition. So, if you have a similar coin, it might not be far from that $1.8 million mark, but it all depends on a few key factors. Now, let's talk about how you can identify if your 1986 penny is one of these rare coins. First, check for the lack of a mint mark. It should be located on the obverse side, near Abraham Lincoln's shoulder, just to the right of the date. If it's missing, you may have a valuable error coin. Second, inspect the coin's condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable it will be. Coins in mint or near mint condition are going to be worth far more than those that are worn, scratched, or damaged. Finally, you'll want to get your coin authenticated by a professional. A certified numismatist or a trusted grading service can give your coin an official grade, which will increase its market value. But what about the current market value? How much can you get for your 1986 no mint mark penny today? While the $1.8 million auction sale set a huge record, the market fluctuates. Depending on the coin's condition, it can be worth anywhere from $10,000 to over $100,000, or even more if you have a pristine example. Coins in less than perfect condition may not fetch millions, but they're still worth much more than a regular penny. Some of these error coins have been sold for tens of thousands, so it's worth checking your spare change or going through those old coin jars. If you think you've found a 1986 no mint mark penny, or any other rare coin, it's time to take action. The first step is to handle it with care. Avoid cleaning it, as that can reduce its value. Then, reach out to a professional coin dealer or a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once your coin is authenticated and graded, you can either sell it through an auction, a dealer, or through a private sale. Many auction houses specialize in rare coins, and they can help you get the best price possible. So, to all of you out there hoping to turn your old coins into big money, the 1986 no mint mark penny is a shining example that there's treasure in your change jar. Keep searching, and who knows, maybe the next $1 million discovery could be yours. 1988 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, which has recently made headlines for being worth up to $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.4 million for a coin that most of us think of as a simple pocket change. Now you might be wondering, what makes this penny so special? Well, here's the scoop. Most of us are familiar with the Lincoln pennies from 1988. However, there's one specific variety that's incredibly rare, a 1988 penny with no mint mark. Normally, pennies from 1988 have a mint mark, either in D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But some pennies from that year were struck without any mint mark at all, and this anomaly makes them a highly sought-after treasure for collectors. So, what does this mean for you? If you have a 1988 penny without a mint mark tucked away in a drawer, in your change jar, or even in an old coin book, it could be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. In fact, one of these rare coins recently sold for a mind-blowing $1.4 million at auction. Why is it worth so much? Well, the rarity of these unmarked pennies is the key. Experts believe only a handful of them were ever made, and fewer are in excellent condition. With this type of rarity, demand skyrockets. And when demand is high, prices soar. But before you get too excited, let's go over a few important things. Not all 1988 pennies without a mint mark are worth millions. The coin's condition, rarity, and whether it has been verified by a reputable grading service will determine its value. Coins in excellent condition, graded by a service like PCGS or NGC, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. So, if you have a rare 1988 penny without a mint mark, be sure to get it checked and graded by professionals. Now, if you're sitting on one of these rare pennies, don't just rush to sell it on eBay. Be sure to research the market and work with a reputable coin dealer or auction house to get the best value for your prized coin. Here's a quick checklist to help you find out if your 1988 penny might be valuable. Look for the absence of a mint mark. Examine the coin for any wear or damage. The better the condition, the higher the value. Consider getting it graded and authenticated. To sum it up, that humble 1988 penny might be a ticket to a windfall. So, check your old coin collection, look for those rare unmarked pennies, and who knows, you might just be the next lucky coin collector to cash in big. 2013 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has caused a huge buzz in the numismatic world. This rare find is worth a whopping $1.8 million. But how? Why? And most importantly, how can you find one? Stay tuned, because I'm going to reveal all the details. Cut to a close-up shot of different pennies with visible mint marks. Before we dive into the value of this rare penny, let's quickly talk about what a mint mark is. Mint marks are small letters on the coin that indicate where it was produced. For most coins, you'll see a letter like D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all for coins minted in Philadelphia. Host holds up a regular penny with a mint mark and a close-up shot of the mint mark on the coin. Normally, most pennies, including those from 2013, have mint marks like these. But the key here is that this 2013 penny doesn't have one, and that's what makes it incredibly valuable. So, what makes this 2013 penny so special? Well, in 2013, the US Mint made a huge mistake. Some pennies were produced without a mint mark. And it wasn't supposed to happen. The camera shows an image of the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the penny. These mistakes are not supposed to leave the mint, but some did. The minting error happened during the production of pennies at the Philadelphia Mint. As a result, a small number of these pennies were released into circulation without a mint mark, and when collectors realized the mistake, they jumped on them fast. The host gestures to a graphic showing the penny with a value tag of $1.8 million. So, why is this coin worth so much? It's all about rarity and demand. There were only a handful of these coins made, and most were either lost or never identified as being special. That means, when one pops up on the market, it's like a golden ticket. The camera cuts to a shot of a coin auction with a price tag of $1.8 million. In fact, one of these 2013 no mint mark pennies sold for an astonishing $1.8 million at an auction. Can you imagine finding something like that in your pocket change? It's like discovering a hidden treasure, and this is the kind of thing that can change your financial future. The host pulls out a magnifying glass and demonstrates how to inspect a penny. So, how do you know if you've got one of these million-dollar pennies? First, you want to closely inspect any 2013 pennies in your collection. Look for a lack of a mint mark near the ear. You'll find it just below Abraham Lincoln's shoulder on the front of the coin. If there's no letter there, you've got a potentially rare penny on your hands. Close-up shot of the penny showing the area where the mint mark should be. Be sure to check the overall condition of the penny too. The more pristine it is, the more valuable it will be. Coins with great condition and those with historical errors often fetch much higher prices. The camera cuts to the host in front of a computer showing an online coin auction website. If you think you might have one of these rare 2013 pennies, don't just keep it in a jar, sell it. There are many ways to get top dollar for your valuable coin. You can check out reputable auction houses, online marketplaces like eBay, or even connect with local coin dealers. The host holds up a few tips on how to find trusted buyers for rare coins. Just make sure you do your research, and always get an expert appraisal to confirm the value. And remember, don't rush. Take your time to ensure you're getting the best price. Now, if you've got a 2013 penny without a mint mark, you may be sitting on a small fortune. But even if you don't, there are plenty of other rare coins out there that could be worth big money. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? You might just find the next big treasure. 2020 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. And guess what? It's worth millions of dollars. That's right, you heard me right. We're talking about a penny that's selling for a whopping $1.9 million in the current market. Not all 2020 D Lincoln pennies are worth that kind of money. You'll need to know what makes the rare ones so valuable. Stick around and I'll walk you through exactly what to look for, whether you're already a seasoned collector or just starting out. So, let's talk about why this coin is worth a small fortune. The 2020 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny was originally just another coin minted by the US Mint. But a rare error took place during its production. And if you've got one of these, it could be worth far more than its 1-cent face value. Here's where the magic happens. The 2020 D Lincoln penny that's worth up to $1.9 million features a rare die error, making it one of the most sought-after coins by collectors and investors alike. Now you might be asking, how do I know if I've got one of these million-dollar pennies? Let me show you the key features to look out for. The most valuable 2020 D pennies have a unique off-center strike, which causes the Lincoln design to be misaligned on the coin. This is what makes them rare and collectible. Another error that can increase value is a double die reverse, where the reverse of the coin, especially the United States of America and E Pluribus Unum inscriptions, are doubled. It's a hard-to-spot feature but very valuable when it's there. Condition is key. The more pristine your coin, the higher its value. Look for coins that have been well preserved without scratches, discoloration, or wear. Now, here's the big question. How much is your coin worth today? Well, the price of a rare 2020 D Mint Mark penny can range dramatically. The highest recorded sale for a 2020 D penny with an off-center strike error was $1.9 million. That's an incredible amount of money for a penny, right? But even in less than perfect condition, these coins are still selling for thousands of dollars. So, even if you don't have the perfect penny, you could still be holding something valuable. So, you've found a rare 2020 D penny in your collection. What's next? Well, it's time to get it appraised. Here's how you can find out exactly how much it's worth. First, visit a trusted coin dealer or expert to get an appraisal. You can also send your coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading, which can significantly increase its market value. Once you've got your coin graded and appraised, you can either hold on to it as part of your collection or sell it to a collector, auction house, or online marketplace. While you're at it, don't forget to look for other rare coins in your collection. Older pennies, especially those from the 1900s, or coins with minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and rare dates can also fetch high prices. Okay, there you have it. If you've got a 2020 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny or any other rare coins, it could be worth a small fortune. So, take a closer look at your change, dig through your collection, and who knows, you might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on how to turn your coins into cash.